sometimes, let me turn this TV down. Sometimes people cannot show up for you in the capacity that you want them to. And that's okay. So the reason why I'm even talking about this is because uh, for the greater part of today, I was kind of going through it because just thinking about some things and dealing with some things where um, just realizing again like who people are and what role they actually are playing in my life. So it gets to a point where you stop putting on the rose colored glasses because you don't want to keep having to, you don't want to keep living your life like in a fantasy world, like not accepting things for what they really are. And some truths are very hard to accept because they just are. It just is what it is. Like they're hard to accept. So, um, like tonight. So earlier in the evening, like I was coming home from being over in Newport, and then so I'm driving up Gilbert, and I was like, I'm about to go through Eden Park. So Eden Park used to be my spot where I would go sit and chill, but I can't do that no more because the vibe just ain't right. And then a bunch of weirdos kept coming and sitting there too. So I was just like, no, I'm cool on sitting at Eden Park. But I was like, the weather's nice and I wanted to go, so I went. But then I was driving past Mirror Lake and it was so pretty that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. Instead of trying to sit up at the top, I'm gonna go sit at Mirror Lake. Like I never go and do that. So I go and I sit over there, and it was just really nice to go sit there or whatever, clear my head for a minute and spend some time with myself for real. So I realized I was just feeling very lonely, and the reason why I feel lonely is because there are people in my life who will not show up in the capacity that I feel like that they should. And I'm not gonna get specific with titles because I don't want to put nobody out. But when it's a hard thing to accept when you really just don't have anybody to talk to. Like you can start talking to them, you can see they be like, oh, why is she talking to me? But these be the same people who want you to pay attention to them every word that they say, when they say it, if they feel like it, whether they see that you tired or not, don't want to talk about or talk to them or not, they want you to give them your attention. But when you need it, they are nowhere to be found. Like you cannot rely on them in the same capacity. So I did some crying, and I know I posted earlier my black box, which is sitting right there, which it did its job. I ain't gonna drink no more of that tonight. But I would say this though, these bouts of loneliness that come around, they come around when they do, and every time they do, I would say this to anybody who is feeling lonely, like you have nobody to talk to. Try to pinpoint why you feel lonely. Who is it that you are wanting to talk to? Like, who is it that... Hold on a second, Josh. Okay, I'm back. So, like, who is it that you want to talk to, and why is it that you can't talk to them? Like, what are you upset about that you want to talk about with them? Or with someone, like, what is it that's bothering you, what you want to talk about, and then who is it that you want to talk to about it, and why they're not available. And that comes with swallowing some hard pills and some hard truths about like who people really are, regardless of their titles in your life, or what you expect them to be, or what it is that you need from them. Sometimes people just can't. Sometimes they just can't show up in that capacity for real. But just to shorten this, because I don't want it to be too long, because I'm about to eat my food. But the one thing that I do every time that I feel lonely, I either will get down and pray, and if that don't work, like if I get down to pray and it's not working for me, I will go ahead after I have like pinpointed like who it is I want to talk to, and I know why I can't talk to them or what I want to talk about. I will like search for Bible verses on the internet, and skim through some stuff and see what I can find. Or I would just look it up and then see what psychology has to say about it. Sometimes you have to just show up for yourself. You can't rely on, I'll put it this way, if you know you can't rely on people to show up, but there's a part of you that wants them to show up, let's try something else. Let's try learning how to lean on yourself and what you can do, which is you can reach out for help for yourself. You can read your Bible. Every time I look up a Bible verse or something like that pertaining to how I feel, there is always an answer. Like, it may not be the first few verses, it may be the first verse, I don't know, but somewhere in there I will find Bible verses that help me feel better about what I'm experiencing at the time. And I take on all of that knowledge and wisdom in its entirety, because that is what will keep me going, and what I can pull on for future reference for the rest of that day, for the next day. I'm even remembering that there is something there for me that will help me get through whatever it is that I'm dealing with at the time. So anybody that's feeling lonely, you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to and it's just you, and you are, in that sense, you are pretty much alone, because you don't have anybody who you can lean on for real. And a lot of people don't even know how that feels. A lot of people so used to having support and so used to having people who they can talk to and lean on it, they have no clue what it means not to have that, or to have people who nonchalantly listen and then like send you on your way, like whatever, you know what I'm saying, when you pouring your heart out, or you just regular human stuff. And those type of people also, they make you feel like you needy, when no, you are just a normal human being, and they are turning their backs and refusing to give you the same love that they know that time and time again they can get from you, because those same people usually expect you to show up for them when they want to talk or do anything like that. So yeah, remember that there is something that you can do when you're feeling lonely. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to drink yourself to death. You don't have to smoke yourself to death. You don't have to slide into a depression or nothing like that. You could just go ahead and either pick up your Bible and start reading, or you can research some verses, and most likely you will find something that will help. Okay? All right. Peace out.